I'm reflecting about vulnerability and what it means to be a vulnerable human being and to create that space for another. Every time I put myself out there on these videos, I feel vulnerable. I always have done, and essentially I am an introvert. And every time I put myself in front of a group of people and I stand up and I teach or I travel and I run retreats, there is a feeling of vulnerability because my natural sense of being is to stay away from big groups of people. And so there's always an element of vulnerability in that for me. And I'm faced with that every time I push myself out there as a teacher, and when I put myself out there on camera, on Facebook and everywhere else. But there's a dichotomy that I work with because I'm essentially a teacher. I always have been since I was a child, and as a teacher I have to get out there in front of people. So I'm always faced with that feeling of vulnerability. And I've just finished my Soul Spa program with a wonderful group of women, and one of the women said that this journey was so incredible for her because of the vulnerability. She felt safe enough in order to be vulnerable. And vulnerability, I believe, is the space that allows us to be authentic with who we are. In our personal relationships with other people, in a therapeutic relationship, in any situation. And it's not easy for us to be vulnerable. You know, many of us have these masks that we have up, and we're afraid of allowing others to really see who we are, and also to see that we have woundings and we have things that we're working on, and that we're not necessarily always happy and joyous. And I think vulnerability is what we need more of. We need more of it in our intimate relationships. We need to be able to express to our loving partner the way that we're feeling without the fear, or not without the fear, but being able to face that fear of rejection and that fear of maybe being abandoned. We need to allow ourselves to be vulnerable around who we are with our shadow side and with our light side. Because what I'm seeing a lot of is that we find ourselves comparing ourselves to other people, and particularly on social media, because many people have this facade that my life is so wonderful and my relationships are amazing and I'm traveling the world and doing these amazing things and everything is cool and groovy, and it can leave some people feeling like, God, why is my life just full of shit? Why do I feel shit about myself? And I think the fact of the matter is most of us are dealing with something within ourselves. We just don't necessarily express it. So what can you do in order to create more vulnerability, to bring more of you into your life, into your relationships, into your work, into your purpose? So something to think about today. Have the most beautiful day.